Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modelling tutorial. And today we're going to continue with our Tesla Cybertruck. In between episodes, as promised, I did make a small change to our handle here. What we're going to do in this episode, I think, is we are going to think about, actually we need to extract another panel at the back, the rear tailgate as well, so we need to do that. But yeah, I did do a quick fix just to make that a little bit straighter than I did in the video. So firstly what I'm going to do is actually get rid of these. I'm going to do this both at the front and back just to make it a little bit easier when it comes to creating the information that we need to add inside of here. I think what we want to do is this down here. We're going to grab this and we're going to extract that, because I think that that is separate. I'm not sure if that actually worked. Let's go again. I think I need to deselect that front one. There we go. Okay, so we're going to extract that. I think, let me just grab this, isolate here. I think we're going to want to extract everything that's related to this section here. So I'm going to grab that too. We'll extract that. I'm going to go and let's drop in an edge loop on here. I'm going to drop one in maybe just about the thickness of what we have there. And then let's go and take this bit here. I'm just going to make sure my transform is off. I'm going to pull this to the side here, like so, just to fill that gap. I'm just going to hold down V and just snap to that just to make sure we're looking good there. I'm going to take this edge, I'm going to extrude this. I'm just going to go a little bit because I'm going to quickly target weld the lower, and I'm going to hold V to snap to that top portion. Okay, so we've just got a little bit of a line that runs up there. And then let's go insert one more edge loop here. I'm going to drop that in, maybe just there. And then that will allow us to go through and delete that in order to separate the panel there for the tailgate too. Okay, so now we should have this. Let's quickly go to mesh and we'll hit separate on that, so we've got the separate panels. Okay, so I think we're looking good there. We've got all those different bits inside. Let's maybe think about the doors next. I think what we're going to want to do is we need to extract these handles. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit Control E, and I'm going to scale this down just a touch in both directions there. I don't want a massive gap. I think something like that should be fine. And then I'm just going to go and delete all those surrounding edges. And we're going to do the same in here. I'm going to hit Control E, and we're going to take it down just a touch. Take it in just a touch too, if I can. Okay, so I think we're looking okay there. Okay, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to get rid of those as well. Okay, so we've just got a little bit of a gap in there. I'm going to separate those. So let's go mesh and separate. And then the same for these ones. And let's maybe hit duplicate special. Okay, so we can see that that's not duplicated properly. The pivot's not in the right spot. Easiest way to kind of rectify that is if we just grab everything here. I'm going to hit combine, and I'm going to hit separate. And then I should be able to run through and duplicate special all of these. And just the reason I do that instead of centering the pivot is I've got 4 items there, and I've just done that in one move. It's a lot quicker. So I'm going to go in. Let's actually think about this. I think we want to kind of redo the geometry here a little bit. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to get rid of those edges here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in another edge. I'm going to do it about the same distance as what we have there. I'm going to drop one above, one below, and then with our multi-cut here, I'm going to come in and just drop those down there. Let me get my edge slice, because I just want to make sure, even though we don't have any real curvature, we still want it to be fairly nice. So I'm going to go grab that, and then we're going to draw this back in here. And then I think what we'll do is let's grab one more edge loop, and I'm going to drop that in just about halfway in between. So we've got fairly uniform scope going down there. Let's do the same here. So I'm going to grab these, we'll hit delete on those. Let's go for insert edge loop, and again, similar kind of distance. Something like that. We can link those together, and then go through there. And I'm going to go and insert an edge loop again, about that same distance, just the same as we did on the front door. So we're going to have to do everything twice here, which is a little bit awkward, but it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to go ahead, grab all these edges here. Let's just deselect that one. We should be able to maybe take all at once. We're going to hit Control E. And I think for this we'll just hit the blue. So just pull that in. Just something like that. It should be fine. And what we wanted to do is we are going to want to subdivide all of this. So if we hit 3 on these, for example, we want these to obviously look a lot crisper than they do. If I remove my smooth, we can see that it looks essentially like pillows. So we're going to go and add in some extra edges here, which is going to kind of help us out. So I'm going to go insert edge loop, and we're going to start at the bottom here, and I'm going to drop one in all the way down here. Let me get my wireframe on, because we're going to be working on this door too. So we'll drop that one about the same spot. I think we're going to want to double edges on the side here, because we do want everything on this vehicle to be super nice and crisp. So if we hit 3 now, for example, we can see now that we've got nice straight edges that run along up here. So that's good. Let's go insert an edge loop. We're going to want to drop one in nice and close to the front here, and then we'll do the same on this front of this door too. It's going to be a bit trickier on the back, so we'll do that in a second. I'm going to drop one here, the same one there. Let's go there and there. We'll go both sides of this one too. Let's do something like that. Okay, so again, if we're hitting 3 on these, we can start to see how the doors here are taking quite a nice shape, nice and angular for us. Let's go ahead and insert, let's actually think about this edge here. So we want this edge to be nice and sharp too. Actually, let's maybe drop that just a touch closer. I want that to be something like that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have to draw in this line. So let's go and draw this line in here. Again, staying nice and close, roughly the same distance as at the top. Hopefully we should be able to just run all the way up here. Don't think, let me just see. Let's maybe just go up there, nice and close. Nice and close up here too. Okay, and then draw onto the inside there. Before we move on, let's go and target weld, because we do want this to weld out over here, and then the same, want this to weld out over there too. Okay, and we're going to do the same on this door. So let me just grab this, maybe easiest to isolate the selection. Oops. Okay, if it's going to let me select, let me just jump back in here. Okay, so I'll drop that in. Let's run all the way back down to this side. Because we're working with completely straight lines practically, it's making that nice and easy for us. And then we're going to do the exact same. Jumping in on here, we're going to target weld, because we don't want any of these weird little triangles inside here. If I can grab that, there we go. And then do the same just there. Okay, so we're looking quite nice. We've got nice sharp angles running all the way around. So let's go, we do need to drop one down here. We'll probably be best drawing this one in as well with our multi-cut tool. I think we'll need to go around, actually maybe, let's just go in and draw just here. And I'm just going to draw all the way down to that point, because we should be able to insert edge loops. So let's drop a loop at the bottom here, and then bridge the gap in between. Okay, that's looking good. And then I'm going to drop another edge loop at the top here. Let me just grab that up here. And then again, that's going to allow us to bridge the gap. Okay, so now we've got that edge looking nice and sharp. So we're going to want to do the same on this side too. Let's jump in, and I'm going to use the multi-cut here. I'm just looking to do the exact same process. Drop that down there. Oops, let's go insert edge loop to the top and the bottom. So we can get in nice and close, and then we'll just bridge the gap between. Drop that there. And then up here too. And again, just like with the previous door, we just want to target weld out these triangles here. And then this one at the bottom too. Perfect. Okay, so again, if we hit 3, we should be looking much tighter all the way around there on both those doors. Okay. Okay, I think I did miss down here though. Don't know if maybe I accidentally Control Z a little bit too much. We've got that in there now, so we can see those now sitting together much smoother, looking much better. I think the last thing we'll want to do for these, well, for the main body of the doors anyways, we do want to drop a loop that's going to run all the way around that outside edge there, and then the same on this one. Drop that around here, just to help a little bit more, make sure that those edges are super tight, so we can see now that they're really nice tight edges, which is good. I'm going to go and let's create a nice shiny material. Go a little bit darker than default. Let's go and apply, maybe apply it to these two as well. Okay, so we can start to see how super smooth and shiny those doors are, so they're looking really good. Think about the handles real quick. Because this door is completely flat, we can cheat this quite nicely, which is good. So maybe what we'll do is let's go grab insert edge loop. Actually, before we do, I'm going to take those edges. Might as well grab these ones too. I'm going to hit Control E. I'm just going to take those in on the blue, just a little bit. And let's actually isolate the selection for these two, because we're going to want to shore up this quite a lot. So let's go again, insert edge loop. I'm going to drop one I'm going to drop one around here. For some reason it's not going all the way around at this point. So I'm just going to drop a couple on the outside there, If it doesn't go around like this, it's generally a little issue. I can't see where it is just now, but what I can do is I can just run around linking those together. So we'll do something like that. And then when we hit 3, we can see that that's started to sharpen that up, which is good. Let's do the same over here. I'm going to bring in my wireframe. Going to drop a loop. We can see that one's actually working a lot better, which is good. So we'll drop that around the outside there. Okay, so we're going to want to show up these corners, and like I said, it's going to make it nice and easy because of how flat the door panel is. I'm actually just going to go and drop in some edge loops in all the corners, like so. And this shouldn't cause any major problems. What I am going to do though is I am going to double click on all these loops and deselect all that's kind of as part of the corner here. So double click again, I'm going to deselect all of those. I'm holding shift as well obviously to double click these down. Let's get rid of that. And then finally, same there. I'm going to hold down control and hit delete. And then I'm just going to go with my multi-cut tool and I'm going to drag all of those over here to the same corner. So I'm dragging those just to this point here. And I'm going to do the same down here. And then the same over here. And this should be okay. I probably should have tested first, but I'm fairly confident this should be fine. So bring all those over. So if I hit 3 now, let's get rid of the wireframe. So we can see that that's looking quite nice. We've got a little bit of an issue, but that's only because we really want to add a loop in here as well. That should show that off for us. So we can see that we've got no issue in terms of lighting when it comes over to these corners, which is good. Okay, so happy with that. We just need to do the exact same on this door. So I'm going to go grab my insert edge loops. We've got one on the inside there already. So I'm going to drop here, here. Still have that problem going on. So I'm going to run in between episodes, just make sure everything's merged. But it actually means that's going to be quite nice for us because we don't need to go around and delete the extra edges that are part of that. So let's drop those in too, like so. Okay. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to select all of these and then deselect all that's associated in the main corner there. Holding Control, hit delete. And then the exact same process here. Where we're linking across and into these corners. Okay, perfect. Okay, and again we can see there we're looking really nice too. We do have a little bit of a shading issue here, but I'm fairly confident that's a shading, it's a viewport problem and not an actual problem with the mesh. So I don't think that's anything to really worry about, which is okay. Okay, so we're looking good with both of those doors. So let's maybe bring in the handles just now. Okay, so let's go then grab the handles. We could maybe grab both at the same time. I'm going to go and take the edges for these. I'm going to hit Control E, and again, I'm just going to pull those in a bit on the blue. I think let's just grab every single edge because we're not going to need to subdivide these. I think what we'll be able to get away with is just a little bit of a bevel. So I'm going to apply a bevel to this. Let's reduce that right back, maybe 0.1. I'm going to drop in 2 segments to that as well. So I think they'll be fine as they are. looks like what I'll probably want to do actually is just bevel them. So I'll bevel the first one here. I'm going to do the same 0.1, 2 segments, and down here let's do 0.1 and 2 segments. Perfect, so they look nice just sitting inside there. So let's go ahead maybe and drop in our blends to those. Let's actually go around and grab these two. Okay, perfect, so we're looking really nice there. We do need to do a little bit of an extraction up here as well. We do need to extract this panel. I think, I could be wrong, but I think we need to extract the one at the top here. So maybe what we'll do first is we'll maybe go and let's build in this one first. So let's go and let's see where the pivot is for this. Okay, pivot's a bit off, so I'm going to go maybe just grab these. I'm going to quickly combine and separate, and quickly just going to go as duplicate special for that. Okay, so I think for this one now, because of all the kind of extra edges, I think what we will do is we could maybe just have that as the actual edge. Kind of just extrude everything else into that. Let's just isolate the selection here and see what we're working with. So we could grab all these edges. Maybe grab everything except for these ones then. Let's do that. So I'm going to deselect everything else, just grab those. I'm going to hit Control E. I'm going to grab on the blue here and just pull it in just a touch. Let's maybe target weld these ones back. Okay, these ones will be going up and underneath. So let's target weld this one down there. Okay, so just run that whole edge up and around, which should be fine. Let's make a little bit of a change though, because we did delete what was inside here. So let's go and take this and let's pull that back. I think I've got my edge transform on. Let's maybe pull that back. Maybe pull that down as well. Take that one in. Maybe take this one as well. Actually, let's maybe leave that one. Take this one, maybe pull this in this direction slightly too. Yes, I think we'll do something like that, just to give us something to put our like under section to attach to. Okay, so I think we're looking good there. So let's go then, let's just bring in this and let's bring in our wireframe. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to insert some edge loops onto this. So we're going to want to drop one straight. Actually, before we do that, let's do the tricky ones. So let's go and draw in. Let's go and draw along here. Let's actually get a little bit closer. So that. I think we'll be okay to kind of just run. I think we'll be okay to just run straight down here. Yeah, we're good. Okay, and then we're just going to go along here and then underneath. If I can find the edge, there we go. Okay, so we'll go in and grab that, and then we just want to come back up where we have our little triangle here. And we're going to target weld this one back up. Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to be a problem. I don't think it will, so we'll maybe just leave that for now, and then if it is a problem, we'll have a look at it later. We want to do the same on this side too. So we're going to want to grab our multi-cut. Bring that down here. Stay nice and close to the edge. Go underneath there. Let's just double check the back of that panel. Okay, so that's fine, that's running all the way. Let's go do something like that. Target weld those together. Okay, so if we hit 3 for example, we should have a fairly nicely held edge on one side, fairly nicely held over here as well, which is good. Let's go Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop, and we're going to drop a line down there. We're obviously going to drop one at the bottom here too. I think we're going to want to drop multiple down here, so we definitely want to drop one around here. Also inside there, although not yet, because that's going to run around there. That just might make it a little bit awkward. That might make it a little bit awkward. I think I might have just gone, okay, we've got that one. I think I might have accidentally gone back a bit too far, so let's drop that back in. We do want to have one on either side here to match the door. Let's actually bring in the door, just so we can drop them roughly in the right spot, like so. Okay, so let's have a go at giving it a smooth. Let's actually drop one. I think I must have accidentally Control-Z'd this one too, so we'll drop one here. Okay, so it's starting to look okay. That edge up and around here. So I think all those edges are fine. So what we could do now is two things. I'm thinking we're going to want to draw a line from that corner. Do you want to go top or bottom? I think we'll go top. I'm going to bring that down here and then here. I think we'll do the same over here. Bring that down there and there. And then let's go and add in an edge loop then, all around here. Okay, so you can see that we're looking quite nice for the most part. We could show this one up too. So let's maybe grab an multi-cut real quick and just get in nice and close. I just need to get in a little bit closer if possible. Perfect. Going to run all the way up here, along the top here. Going to intersect into that center line, and then we should be able to run that all the way to the bottom here and around there. Perfect. Okay, so if we hit 3 now, we should have a much sharper edge around there too. So I think that's looking quite nice. Let's bring everything else back in. Let's quickly assign our color to that too. Okay, so we can start to see that we're looking really nice for that as well. So I think then in the next episode what we'll maybe do is we'll continue to work around, we'll maybe continue to work around the rear of the vehicle, and we'll work on the tailgate into the lights. We will need to extract these, so I'll have a look in between episodes at how exactly that is extracted. But I think for the most part so far we're looking good. So if you enjoyed this episode, guys, please hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.